Indupati Das Prabhu, also from Mexico, who met Srila Gurudev in 2002, and I'm not sure, we haven't got a date for when he took Harinam and Diksha from him, but I'm sure he will be able to tell us some more on when this was. So, Prabhu, if you just give me a little wave. Is he here? Oh, there you are. Amazing. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribol, Jai,
Jai.
Dandabad Pranams.
Dandava pranams.
Om Gyanati Mirandasya Gyana Jana Shalakaja Chakshuru Militam Jana Tashmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurashandraya Radhika Tadala Jai Krishna Jai Krishna Bhaktaya Tadavaktaya Namo Namaha. Jai. Well, I meet Srila Gurudev. Let's go back to 2002, I believe, or 2001. I was young boy, like 17 or 18 years old, something like that, and I found a web a web a website BNN. Okay, I was from ISKCON. Okay, and my mother is from ISKCON, and basically I live there. Okay, so I was there. I was in ISKCON, Venezuela, taking shelter or something like that since I had like 10 years old or 11 years old. So, but I never took initiation there, and at some point, I there was a lot of misconception at that time. Well, probably still, but yeah, also at that time, and I, I I remember that I was trying to find someone where I could take shelter of. Okay, and uh, I read this site BNN long time ago, a Gurudev class called Love and Affection. It's from 2002. And when I read that, I said, well, you know, th- th- this is it. Okay. I don't want to go anywhere else. Okay. There was, of course, a big drama at home because I was moving to Narayan Maharaj, that at that time was like the devil for somewhere, for part of the people there at ISKCON. So, but I when I read when I started reading his classes, I knew that I must follow him. Okay, must try to do something. Okay, at that time, we got in Venezuela a temple in Barquisimeto. Still is there. Still is there. And I meet Janardhan Prabhu. He was then uh, Bhaktivedanta Sagar Maharaj. He was living there, and I remember that I thought that I I knew a lot. Okay, I believe that because I was young and I heard about Krishna consciousness since I was very child. So I say no, I know a lot of things. This is very silly from my side. I know anything, by the way, and I remember that he told me, "Well, you can't be amazed of what you don't know." Remember that, and in 2003. I took initiation from Srila Gurudev in the Brajamandal Parikram. Okay. I remember a lot of things from there. It was my very first impressions of Srila Gurudev. And then a couple of things I would like to share. Uh, well, the first time I see Srila Gurudev, it was in Mathura. The next day I arrived for the Brajamandal Parikram. Gurudev was there in his Bhajan Kutir. And well, everything was strange for me. And Gurudev was in his Bhajan Kutir, and a lot of people was outside. Okay, um, when I saw him, um, and I hear his Harikatha, it was amazing. Okay, One of the things that I start feeling was the Srila Gurudev power. Um, he moves all of us to do something. Okay. Um, he was like he was given the impressions we need in our hearts to start do something, and a lot of things. I remember all the things that we did at that time when Sila Gurudev was present, and I remember that we did a lot of things there in Venezuela. uh Harinam Sankirtans, book distributions, all the Saturdays. We did a lot of things there in Barquisimeto, also in Caracas, in everywhere. We was doing all the seva we could to satisfy Sila Gurudev. Uh, but it was not ourselves. It was like Sila Gurudev that was moving us to do something. And that remember me to one of the first impression I have from Sila Gurudev. He's the paradigm. He's uh, the representation, okay, of what is a sevaka, what is a disciple. Parang Gurudev taught Sila Gurudev to translate all the books from Bengali to Hindi, and he did that for all his life. And he was so fast, not just translating to Hindi, but also giving his comments. And he was doing that so fast that a whole team was there trying to translate that to English, and it was not enough. It was not enough for everybody. He was doing everything so fast. Gurudev awake really early in the morning. He promised Srila Prabhupada that he will be helping out his disciples, and he did. And he was, materially speaking, he was kind of old. He was not young, but he started preaching everywhere, okay, with such a power that we had no chance to do nothing, okay. Srila Gurudev was doing that much that we cannot just stay there, like looking what he was doing. It was not possible. And I remember that. I also remember one thing. In that year, the Goswamis from Vrindavan gave to Srila Gurudev the, the title of Sri Yogacharya. Okay. And I remember that day, my memories are never done well, and mostly everything is like a dream for me. But I barely remember a couple of things from there. I remember that we arrived that place at a time that I don't know if I was speaking from myself, but I was really hungry, and I believe that the rest of us also. So, and I remember that the Goswamis of Vrindavan start chanting. I never heard that before. Everything was extremely new for me, and that remember me what he said. You can get amazed of what you don't know. And I remember that. And Sila Gurudev speak a few words. And one of the things I remember that he said, uh, well, if you are happy for me to get this piece of paper, so I'm also happy. But my disciples are hungry. It's late now, so please serve prashadam now. And I mean, there are a couple of things that I can extract from that moment. Initially, there there was given to Sila Gurudev the title of Sri Yogacharya. It's not. It's really something. Okay, it's really something. But for him, it was just a piece of paper. And that remember me that Sila Gurudev, it's the personification of the Trinata Pisu Nishana. Tarora Pisu Hishnuna. He's the personification of that. He's the living proof that it's possible to be that humble. Okay. This very same year, I also remember that he was sitting in the class. There was well, that time there was a lot of people in the Brajamanda Parikram, and he said and he said, I don't know why. Well, not the exact word. I'm not good remembering things. He said, well, I don't know why you are here. I don't know why you are here. Because I got nothing to give. If I got something, it's because of the mercy of my Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. That's his humbleness. And I mean, he was giving the prayojan. He was showing us where it's our object, sadakas. But I mean, everyone thinks that Srila Gurudev he just give like prayojan and just Rasalila Harikata. He give a lot of that, and because he was his duty, and he said several times, if I don't give that, this is gonna be lost in the time. So he give us everything, but not just that. He also give us the Sambanda and Videya. Okay, he give us everything. Okay, so he was giving everything, but for him it was nothing. He got nothing to give. It was just the mercy of Srila Parang Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada, and that's humbleness. That's the proof, the living proof of this paradigm of the humbleness. And I also remember that um, there was a couple of things I leave. I translate. I remember. I remember this, and this is probably one of the remembers that I got in my heart related to Srila Gurudev. It was a very short moment, and I remember that in 2010 I went to Brazil to his last Vyasa Puja. Well, to his last Vyasa Puja with us here in the in this form, and I remember that I translate. I was like subtitle some of his budget classes to Spanish. And by the way, it was really hard because you need to know a lot of shastras, and because Gurudev take one sloka from I don't, from any from the Jwala Nilamani, and you need to know that, and he start talking about this. So subtitle this. It was a hard job, at least for me. That I'm not good at shastra at all. I'm terrible on that, and I try to finish this set for um, his Vyasa Puja. And I remember that I was there, and when was the time to give the offering, it was like 700 people giving offerings, and I would like to be like probably when I'm thinking right now, it's nonsense, because Srila Gurudev is in your heart, and he knows everything. He's nearest to us than the air with breath, So, but I at that time I try I really want to give that to Srila Gurudev in person, but there was like 700 people, and we make a line and we give our uh, our offerings, and I was not satisfied, and I was very sad. And I remember that Gopinath, he told me, hey, come to my home, because Gurudev was staying at his home in Sundarananda Prabhu's home. And he told me, hey, come to my home tomorrow morning. He he didn't knew that. Okay, by the way, it was just in my mind. So he said me, hey, come to my home. Srila Gurudev will be alone there. There is not too much people. Come to my home and take shelter from Srila Gurudev. Take darshan from Srila Gurudev. And say, whoa, yeah. And I was there, and I remember that he arrived, and I give the video to Srila Gurudev, and I say, hey, Gurudev, I was subtitled this video for you. for you. This is the Badger from 2005, I believe it was. And he just looked to my eyes and said, "Thank you." And probably this was the most amazing thing I got. I mean, we are. It was very difficult to have the association, the close association with Srila Gurudev, and there was a lot of us, and everyone wants to be there, you know. So I remember that this is some of the impressions I have. Um, well, I don't know if I have more time. I believe I'm not. I believe that
It's
I
yeah, it's
pass
coming
over
to
the
the end,
50
Prabhu.
minutes. Okay, okay. So it's an amazing opportunity. There was a lot of great Harikatha here, and thanks God it's record because I miss a lot due to my work. Even now, I say, hey, there is a power outage in my home, so I cannot be in this meeting, and I came here to speak a little bit about Srila Gurudev. Um, I really pray to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev that give me the power to at least continue with to keep doing something to him as I was trying to in the past, to give me the strength to at least chant my japas the proper way, and that helped me to not lose myself. That's all. Jai Sila Gurudev.
Sure.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. That was so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you, for the service that you were doing as well when Gurudev was here. So it's absolutely beautiful that you were able to come on and share, the glories of Srila Gurudev. So my Dandavat pranams to you, Prabhu.